We finally have a launch date for the Huawei Mate 30 series, but we still have some doubts about it. According to a report, it looks like iPads could bring some 3D sensing modules very soon, and we have new press renders and the specifications for the Sony Xperia 2. I'm Jaime Rivera. Happy Labor Day for those of you celebrating. I'm clearly, sadly not, and I'm about to get on a plane. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals that continue to be aggressive, but it depends on what products you're looking for. Yes, it is Monday, but Google still has some very aggressive price tags on certain products. Like, for example, the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL are still $300 off, but the company has also added some deals for nearly all of its speakers, the Chromecast and more. You can learn more in the description, definitely not going to bore you. I am a big fan of some of these, not all. And since we're talking about Google and we're talking about Pixels, let's discuss what the future is going to be for production when it comes to Pixels. See, according to a new report, Google is looking to move their production from China to Vietnam. Apparently, Google is adapting an old Nokia factory for Pixel manufacturing. Google is most likely to keep some of the activities in China, as the company does not want to lose that market due to the rising prices and tariffs, but obviously it's a smart move if they focus on their long-term business. And analyst claims that moving Google is way easier than Apple moving its production, as apparently nearly 90% of its hardware is made in China. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And for those of you wondering exactly when we're getting the next generation iPhone, we already have an event, but obviously pre-orders and launch date are the most important thing that we care about. According to a tipster who works with a carrier, we have a possible launch date for iPhones after the event on September 13th. He claims that pre-orders will kick off at the end of that launch week on Friday, September 13th, and that we should expect the shipments to happen somewhere around September 20th. Stay tuned, as obviously we will be covering that whole process like crazy. And yes, I know, Sony Xperia 1, I owe you a review. It's going to happen very soon. It's just, you'll understand when you'll see the video why, but we already have the Xperia 2 coming up. Got some new press renders of the device, which could be seen at IFA. It looks a whole lot like the Xperia 1. It looks like if it could bring a 6.1-inch 21:9 display, Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigs of storage. The triple cameras at the back would be sort of moved, but the problem is that apparently we're still getting 12-megapixel sensors on each, which makes it makes me scratch my head about Sony's approach for everything. And how about if we shift a little bit back to Apple and talk about iPads, as it seems that we're not just going to be getting design changes when it comes to the stove design of the camera and stuff. According to the Elec, iPads would be getting a 3D sensing camera technology early next year. The report claims that the Korean manufacturer will provide some of their components. This lines up with a January report from Bloomberg that claimed that iPad Pros would bring a laser-powered camera. Ming-Chi Kuo also says there is an increase of 50% in the possibility that it could be a time-of-flight module in the end. Whatever the case may be, you know, Apple AR is cool, but I mean, don't make the camera hub look ugly. And finally, the hottest news today have to do with Huawei and when we can expect the Mate 30 Pro. The company has just sent out press invitations for their event to happen on September 19th in Munich. We still don't know if the device will bring Google support or not, and the invite talks about going full circle in Munich and reads rethink possibilities. It could also hint to a circular camera array, but in the end, I guess the biggest question is, I mean, do you care about this phone right now with everything that's going on? Because I obviously do, mainly because of their camera possibilities and everything, but yeah, it is kind of a nightmare. So obviously we would love to know what you think in the comments down below. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channels English and Spanish for more videos like this one. Also follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see what I do with these phones. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. See you from Berlin.